Hey, what's going on out there, YouTube? This is SEO0320 representing JVS. This is a Halloween exclusive special event where basically I'm going through about 5 different movies where I'm going to be giving y'all a 5-minute and only 5-minute review of those. And I really appreciate everybody that's been kind of pitching in and making comments. This one I actually started looking at on my own, but I'll go ahead and get into it. The name of the movie is Oculus. It came out in 2003. Notable stars that I can think of was Brenton Thwaites. He was in The Giver. Katie Sackhoff, if y'all know Battlestar Galactica, she was one of the notable stars in that. I think the last movie she was also in was the Riddick movie. And then James Lafferty, if you know One Tree Hill, he was in it as well. But all around, it was really a no-name cast. But the movie surrounds 2 different people by the name of Kaylee and Tim Russell. Kaylee basically is kind of like a entrepreneur. She got her own stuff together. She's got a fiance, but she's got a deep, dark secret that only her brother can really help her really uncover. Tim has been institutionalized for years for reasons that we don't know going into the movie. But what did I think about the movie as a whole? This movie was bananas. Like, for the horror movie genre, yes, it is very gory at times. Yes, it's very dark at times. But the element of surprise and intrigue and just all around, like, how do I put this movie in a faction? Because the thing is, like, I was always continuously guessing when you find out what the Oculus is, or you find out what Kaylee is trying to do. Like, you think borderline, like, maybe she should have been the one that was institutionalized. And even when they actually get to the house and they start going through the experimentations of what she really wants to do, what she's trying to uncover, going through the facts, like, you listening to Tim, like, Tim sounds sane, you know? He sounds like he's got it all together, but you know that there was a reason why he got institutionalized. There's a reason why she's so messed up, and at the same exact time, he's trying to get to where he needs to go. But one of the things she keeps on saying is, do you remember? Do you remember? You don't find out to the very end of that movie is what she was trying to get him to remember. And it was beautifully done. As a horror movie, like, horror movies in and of themselves, they're not happy-go-lucky tales. It's not always that the good guys are going to win. It's not even that things are going to be fair. Most of the time with the horror genre, it is really dark and it's really bleak. And a lot of times now with mainstream, there's been a lot of horror movies that come out with a good ending, or they just come out with everybody just dead, you know? This movie, it doesn't play either one of those sides. It's its own innovative story, and that's the reason why I like this movie. This movie itself was so innovative, it was so different, that it plays on your minds. I think the movie Mirrors, it kind of reminded me of that kind of but it was executed so much better because everything that was happening, there were time gaps that were happening. You were figuring out what was going on in the past, what happened to them, as well as what they're trying to do. And because of this entity, or this mirror in and of itself, like, things are shifting back and forth. Like, she's going and telling them, like, look and see how things are happening. Look at this plant, how it dies. Look at this dog and what happens to the dog. Look at the lights and how, because basically there's been an interaction that happened that she remembers that he can't grasp or even understand because he's blocked it out of his memory, as well as probably been repressed due to the psychological help he's been getting all these years. But the way it goes, y'all, is gut-wrenching. Like, there are moments that I was sitting there looking at, I was like, man, I gotta pause this. Like, I can't watch this, you know? And that in and of itself makes for a good scary movie. That makes for a good horror movie. It's not too gory. It's not too pop scarish. Like, it literally is very terrifying. The only moments where it feels kind of like lackluster is when you see certain people, like, starting to pop up in different sections. It can come off as, like, kind of corny and cliche because you've seen it so much, but when you understand the gravity and the weight, that everything that you think you're seeing, it might be something totally different. Think on the fact of when she was talking about everybody, like all the different cases that there's been connection with this mirror. If you think back to what happened when she was talking about that and to where the end resolved, you're like, man, this was just an executed movie that was done really well. So in my book, I give this on actually an 8 out of 10. I actually really enjoyed it. Maybe I should give it an 8.5 out of 10 because I thought it was really executed very well. I thought it was acted really well. Notable mentions is Katie Sackhoff that played the mother. She did a great job as Marie, as well as Roy. He played the role of the dad. It was their performances were really key, but the kids to me did it for me because that added that element of dread and scare factor, but it was just done so well. So this was a really great horror movie. If you haven't never seen it before, I'd highly recommend you go and check it out. By the time you're probably watching this, it's probably already past Halloween, so you might not want to watch it, but it's a good pick. I'm actually going to try to buy it whenever I can, but at the same time, don't believe this movie is going to have a happy ending. So I'll leave it with you at. Hopefully you enjoyed this review, 5-minute review of the movie Oculus. This is JVS. We'll be back. Peace.